Every morning I step out of bed and jump on a landmine. The landmine is me. After the explosion, I spend the rest of the day putting the pieces back together. Now it's your turn. Jump. And he's also been a huge help to me as a writer because he's one of those people who, through his writing, makes me want to write more. Currently, after I found out about his death, I actually started rereading Zen in the Art of Writing, which is a fantastic collection of essays that he wrote over the years, and it's collected in this book. And I've read through it probably like 5 times now, and every time I just get, whenever I'm feeling in doubt about myself as a writer, I'll flip this open to a random essay and start reading, and it's almost like you hear the trumpet, you hear the drums, the call is sounded, and you just want to write. Like, every time I read anything from this or anything of his, it puts this drive inside of me to go write. He wrote every single day for 75 years. He wrote every day. I'm not to that point yet. I want to be at that point, but I can't. I'm still trying to get myself to that point, and that's why I keep reading him. Because I think if I keep reading and I keep wanting to try to write every day, then eventually something will click in my head and I'll just get up one morning and just start. And I'll just, write until I can't write anymore, and then come back the next day and do the exact same thing. That's how I want to be as a writer, too. And he's a major influence. Not only am I currently rereading this, I'm also reading the authorized graphic novel of Fahrenheit 451, which is fantastic if you haven't read it. I'm about midway through it right now, and it does such a good job with the story. I love it. So, in his honor, if you're a writer, keep writing. If you want to be a writer, start writing. Just write every day. Write. Doesn't matter if it's good, doesn't matter if it's horrible, just write. Just get it out of your head onto a page, onto a computer. Do something, just write. Because that's the way he lived his life, and I think that's the way he wants other writers to be. And also, take advantage of your library. Because that's the other big thing that he had. He loved libraries. He considered libraries to be full of people. Like, each book was a person. There were stories waiting to be heard. They were, writers telling tales. They can transport you to other worlds. And that was the other real great thing about him, is just the drive he had for imagination. And I think that it's important that we as a civilization keep imagination prevalent. Because I think if that dies out, then we die. Imagination should be the center of your life.